Hi, Shannon O'Flaherty here. Did you know that anxiety, frustration, impatience, feeling the need to rescue other people, even pleasing others, getting into that please others trap when you put everybody's problems before your own and you're the last on your list? Did you know that all of these beliefs could be learned beliefs from early childhood? And you know how you find that out? You look at your family of origin. I know we all love our parents. Well, hopefully, we all love our parents by now, but maybe some of you still really don't love your parents and you're wondering why. Because they're generally good people. I mean, unless you've got some really, really crazy, crazy parents. But most of us have normal parents who did the best they could, and we're kids, so we have that push pull with our parents, and then we become parents and we realize, wow, well, they weren't really so stupid after all. Now that I'm a parent, I know how hard this is. So if it's just a normal kind of general upbringing and you haven't had like satanic worshiping parents or something like that who are really off the chart, I'm talking about normal dysfunctional childhood. Look to your childhood. Were you one of those kids who had to parent your parents? Like, were you the parent in your family? Were you the rescuer in your family? Were you the one that was trying to fix all of the family dynamics? Was your mother out working all of the time? Was your father out working all of the time? When I was growing up in the States, I think it was called, it's an old term, I think, latchkey children. I might be making that up. It was the kids that came home from school and there were no parents there. So they were left to their own defenses. I mean, I knew a person who his parents ran a pub, and at 7 he was no longer allowed to be in the pub. So he'd come home from school and he was just stuck in the back room. His parents were there in the front running the pub, but they were busy working running the pub. So he would just watch TV all afternoon and they'd say, here's your dinner. He never ate vegetables. He never grew up eating vegetables because there was no adult to say, eat your vegetables, right? So that's one little thing. But if you're the one parenting the parents and they're dumping all of their emotional issues on you as a young child, what do you think kind of beliefs are you building up about your parents? Like, wow, this is what overwhelm feels like, or I have to take care of my mother or of my father because they can't survive on their own, or I have to be a responsible person. I have to work all the time hard to survive. I have to take care of my brothers. So where is your childhood in that? One of the fetal memories that we clear is that I know what it feels like to be a kid, that I know what it feels like to be a child, because so many kids didn't get to have a childhood because they were working, because so much responsibility was dumped on them when they were a kid. Or if one of your parents was sick, or if one of your parents, in my case, well, that was an early childhood, but an alcoholic, the dynamics. Did you witness your parents consistently fighting with each other? Or were they always stressed about money? Or was there not enough food on the table? Or maybe you came from a really wealthy family and you were traveling all over, except that your parents had a certain way that you needed to behave. So there was like a public mask and a private mask. Was the public face congruent with the at-home private face? You see what I'm getting at? Look back to your early childhood years, because now when we're getting triggered about whatever it is that's triggering us in the moment, that feeling that you get when someone is saying or not saying something, or doing or not doing something, that's really not what is the problem. The issue and why you're getting triggered is because it makes you feel a certain way, whether it's not seen, not heard, betrayed, guilty, shameful, you pick. But go back to the first time. When was the first time that I felt that way? And you might only track back to your early 20s, but then go through that scene. Oh, that happened. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember feeling that way. And it might bring up another kind of feeling, maybe something a little deeper. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I felt like that. Oh, not quite the same thing. But when was the first time I felt that way? And then you take it back even further and even further. And this is how you chunk back and get down to your family of origin so that you can discover what kind of limiting beliefs you picked up, maybe as your own or modeled from your parents, and with no rationale because you were a baby. You didn't have the bigger picture to understand all of that. And then you kept repeating those limiting beliefs, that behavior, that thought pattern, because that's all we knew because we were kids and that was our situation. So what story have you been telling yourself your whole life that maybe really isn't serving you anymore? This is the kind of deep, deep work that we do in From Fear into Love. And it shifts you. It changes your life. It makes you understand why you tick the way you do. Why do you behave the way you do? Why are you defensive, angry, shameful, guilty, keeping up with the Joneses, whatever it is in your family? Why are you sad, right? So look back to your family of origin, not the one that you're in now, married with kids. Like who were your parents and what was their story? Because understanding your parents' stuff can really help you understand them. Like, well, why were they like that? Well, what kind of upbringing did they have? You know, we have entire different generations of people here. So my parents grew up in the Depression, right, in the States in the Depression. And so you can imagine what kind of hardships they had and what kind of limiting beliefs they were taking on for themselves that, of course, they gave to my sister and I because that's what they knew. And so then we got to model their stuff. But we don't need to keep all of this stuff that isn't helping us. We have that choice to change. So don't you want to know who you are so that you can change and get rid of all of the stuff that you're carrying that really isn't yours, or that you've been practicing, but you don't really need it anymore, but you don't know how to let go of it? Well, I can help you learn to let go of it. That's the work we do. It's fun. I mean, it's deep, it's heavy, you know, stuff comes up, but it's fun because it's such a gift. To understand yourself and to heal and clear is the best gift you can have in the world. And when you do that and all of your energy can flow properly, it's amazing all of the opportunities that come to you that you can't even imagine from the point of perspective that you have now. So isn't it time to change? Isn't it time to find out truly who you are in your soul, in your heart of hearts, in your brain? Isn't it time to find out? Check out your parents. And if this interests you, private message me. I'll put my calendar link if you want to book a 20-minute complimentary mind shift call. I really want to talk to you. Let's all have an aha moment and change the world by changing ourselves. Love you all so much. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.